And hello, everyone. Hello. Let me give you all a good old ham hi. I hope everyone is doing good today. Welcome to Yo, You Like That, the talk show where I bring on guests of the creative online variety and we talk about things that they enjoy. We talk about games, we talk about anime, we talk about genres, we talk about hobbies, we talk about all sorts of amazing things. And uh, we want to share them with you, the viewer, because more awesome stuff needs to be shared in the world, or else. That is the rule of this land. This little couch I have set up here. That is the one rule. We have an awesome guest with us here today. Let me go ahead and bring them in. And drumroll, Glitch Kitten, hello!
Hello.
How are you doing
I'm
today?
doing pretty good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so good today. Thank you so much for coming onto the
Thank
show.
you so much for inviting me.
For those that are not informed, please introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Glitch Kitten. I also go by GK. I am an interdimensional cat-like entity VTuber at your service.
Interdimensional, like all the dimensions, like 4D, 5D, 1D, 2D.
Whatever I can get my hands on, really.
Delicious 4D.
Crunchy.
It's all about that extra effect, you know? You gotta have like the wind blowing in your face as you're going, back and forth,
Going in
back
for
and
the
forth in
texture.
circles. Well, you picked an awesome little topic for us today, and I'm very excited to talk about it because stuff like this has always like interested me, but I don't get to like participate in it a lot. It is event planning.
Yes.
Yo, events are awesome. There are lots of types of events out there. Go ahead and please tell me. I am a small brained rodent. What are events? What kind of fun like events would our viewers be possibly like interested in doing?
So I do a lot of event planning myself. In jobs that I've had before I really started VTubing, I did a lot of event planning for different businesses and stuff like that. Because I was their catering manager or their social media manager, anything like that. So planning events outside of the internet is a little bit different, but it kind of runs along the same lines. So event managing in general is pretty much like planning a party. It's planning a party that everybody's going to have fun in, that everybody's going to meet other people. It's kind of like a big networking event, sort of.
Other people. Oh man, you said the scary words.
It's
Everyone, get under
yes.
your chairs and hide. Everyone under your desks.
No, socializing is such a big factor. That's like the biggest draw to like having events like this. You want as many people to come. You want guests. You want tons and tons of guests. The more guests, the
That
better.
is true. That's true. It is nice to have like people like doing like positive things, and not just like everyone like doing a purge. So yeah, I can see that. Giving a lot more like positive direction.
Yeah. I never understood purges. I see them happen so much. I don't understand them.
The fact that you've seen more than one scares me.
I've seen 6 in my lifetime.
No.
Pretty terrifying. I'm like, oh no, am I a victim of this purge? What have I done?
It's like, oh, not again. All right. Well, I'll put off grocery shopping till tomorrow.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm just like, I wanted to stay indoors anyways. Fine.
So what was like one of the first projects that you were kind of put in charge of?
Would it be in terms of like outside or inside the internet landscape?
If they're short stories, do both.
So for Outer Story, I used to work at an animal shelter, and we had this big event that they were planning where this other shelter from California was coming down to see ours, which was down in Texas at the time. And they were hoping to do like a merger. They wanted to help fund our clinic and other stuff like that. So it was a really big deal. But this was also the first time that like all these vets were gonna meet together, for the rehabilitation program. So it was
I know what happens next. So you have to determine who's the best one through a baseball game.
Yes. And it was like the most shonen thing you have ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
There were people calling out attack moves. There were people like breaking bats off of bases. It was insane.
Were there people doing like animal summons to like steal the base?
Yeah. It turns out that horse summons are like really super illegal, but if you summon birds, that's okay. I don't know what
Okay,
the
all right.
regulations were. But
Okay, so you got a whole bunch of different vets in like one
yeah.
place saying it. Did they go well? I don't know how
It
like
did. I think it was just like it was the first time we were ever throwing like an event like this. So this was more of like a networking event, and you got to like plan the food and plan like the activities, and if there's gonna be presentations and other things like that. So like you kind of need to have like it's like writing an essay. You get a big old outline of what you want to happen, and then you put all these other things into the subcategories, and those are the things you hope to happen alongside the structure. And then a lot of it is definitely improv. A lot of it is just flying by the seat of your pants and hoping for the
there's a
best.
lot there's a lot of go with the flow whenever like
Yes.
anything can happen.
Yes. So but it did go well. It did go well, except for like the catering being like a half hour late, which was not cool.
That is always the
Yeah.
story I hear lately. It's like over the past few years, like you have to ask the catering to show up like 30 minutes early. That way they only show up 15 minutes late.
Yes. As somebody who also did catering managing, like I sympathize on both ends.
Oh yeah, no,
Things just
it's rough.
happen and it sucks, and like especially if
And
you're
it's a lot of
traveling,
food.
oh, it's the worst getting all that food up the stairs when there's no elevator. It's the worst. But that one went well. As for internet, I'd say probably the first event I ever ran for it would be I did a fundraiser type event. Sort of. It was more of a giveaway. It was for Halloween, and I had these big marble races that were a little too
Ooh.
extravagant in all honesty for what they were, but we had huge giveaway prizes that were in different tiers, and it depended on how many races you made it through and like how many first places or second places you got. Like we had a whole bracket system. It was insane for just racing
Yo.
marbles. But it came out
No,
really
that sounds
good.
legit.
It was fun. It was fun. A lot of people won like plushies and t-shirts and pins. It was fun. That was probably the first event I ever threw. It was very rough, but everybody had a good time, and that's what I was aiming for. So I'd say it was a success in my book.
Booyah.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a case where you were just kind of like helping and then you kind of got like thrown in charge of stuff?
Oh my god, so many times to be honest. Which,
Oh no!
which is probably why I'm like so into event planning now, is because I've done it so much for various different things. It could be something so silly like, a cookie trade for Christmas for one of my jobs, or like a bake off for like a networking event, or a bingo game for a place that I was like volunteering at for a little while, or like this movie night at a bar that I worked at. It was like
Oh
little
wow.
things like that where suddenly the person who was running it couldn't do it anymore, so it like fell on my lap. I guess because I had the most enthusiastic energy on the team, so they would just toss me up front. And where I appreciate that, I did not volunteer as tribute, so like they kind of just volunteered me anyway. But I'm kind of glad because now I think it's what helps me do events now for like my server, my community and stuff, and other people's communities, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I kind of know the feeling. I used to work at Toys R Us back in the day, and they would always do like a weekend event where like toy companies would give free toys and kids would play. And the person that used to run it just like stopped showing up. And so I was there. So it's like, hey, do this. I'm like, oh, okay. And like sometimes it'd be cool. It's like, oh, a Beyblade event, a Pokemon card event, Legos. This is great.
Oh.
But then there'd be like a Littlest Pet Shop and a My Little Pony event. And I'm like, guys, is there no one else that you can get to watch this?
Why do you keep
That
making
I
me do
don't want to
it?
I don't want to put any like gender profiles on this, but I don't know if like all the little girls' moms want just like want a guy at this table with their kids with like ponies and stuff. I mean,
I mean,
is there no one
it was
else?
a thing back then, and still kind of is. So I guess maybe it would have been like within quo of that stuff.
I
But like,
I
yeah, no, I
spent a lot of the
get it.
time just trying to like talk to the kids like they were the experts. I'm like, okay, cool. What's this one? What's their story? I have no idea what's going on. Break it down for me, 5-year-old.
Yeah, tell me their lore. Give me the entire Bible on this one character and their in-depth progression.
It passed the 2 hours by pretty quickly, I have to
No,
say.
I get that. I totally get that.
What are some like the aspects of like event playing that you find like the most enjoyable?
Creating the so I call them sub events, and what it is like the event itself Because like I'm currently actually in the middle of prepping for a huge event this summer, and it has many sub events. The way that I treat this particular event is like it's a convention. So it's split up in like, guest panels, which are like convention panels where like guests talk about stuff and hosts workshops and other things like that.
I
Or
love those.
yeah, so I thought that would be fun, and I started them last year, and they got really good reception. So I'm bringing them back this year. So they're pretty much like that. You bring a guest on, and they gush about their favorite game or series and stuff, and then for however long you have them for, they play that game and talk about it and meet new people through it, and it's fun. It's a great way of like, sharing thoughts with the community and introducing them to something new they may not have seen. Um,
Man, I need to steal that idea. That sounds really
it's
good.
a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Feel free, run with it, because I feel like it's a good way of not only sharing your passion but also giving history on it to people who may not know about it. So it's like you're teaching and also experiencing it at the same time. It's awesome. But also sub events, which is like for the festival I'm planning, which is Summer of Sonic. It's all Sega and Sonic related. But last year we had a sub event, which was community events. That's where everybody gets together and plays video games all together as a community. But we also had the tournaments. So those are
Snulf. Gotcha.
those are little events inside the bigger events, just like this year. And those are the most fun for me because those are like, it's like getting a little Kinder egg. You break it open and there's candy in it. It's pretty much what the event is like. You break it
Yay.
open and there's even more stuff in it. More stuff than you could possibly imagine. And there keeps being more stuff. It's like almost every day there's something going on, like a real convention, and I love that. That's what I like doing, is planning those.
Nice. Those do sound like a lot of fun. And yeah, no, I'm always kind of a bigger fan of like the non-main events.
Mm-hmm.
Like when game tournaments have the big old, hey, we're doing Smash Brothers and Street Fighter. I'm the guy looking for like the Skullgirls and the Milty Blood in the corner. It's like, okay.
Where have you been?
All right,
You would
like,
have loved the Skullgirls gauntlet we had last time. It was very fun.
oh,
I'll have to hit you
Skullgirls
up
always
for
a fun
that.
time to watch.
I'll have to hit you up for that and be like, hey, we're doing another Skullgirls gauntlet. You want to come play?
Let's go. Oh man. So yeah, this Summer of Sonic. I've been seeing you talk about it, but kind of like break it down for me. What you got? What you got going?
Sure. So, Summer Sonic in general is an actual festival that happened in the UK for a few years. That was fan run. That stopped running about, I want to say, 3-4 years ago. And
The time where
yeah,
everything
the time
stopped.
where everything stopped, and it hasn't really started back up again. And it was a festival, like I said, that only happened in the UK. So me being over here in the US, not being able to actually go to the UK to experience all this cool stuff, is like, you know what? Out of spite, I'm just gonna make my own. But it started out of spite, but it became a passion. It became a passion project, and I threw it one year as a joke. And all I did was just I spent like a month playing Sonic games. That's really all it was. And I called it, Summer of Sonic, SOS. And it surprisingly got really good reception. So I was like, you know what? I'd love to throw it as an actual festival, like an actual convention. So,
Yeah.
the next year, which was, last year, I was like, you know what? It'd be cool to like really treat it like an actual convention. So like I had a channel in my server like built like a convention center. It's called the Blue Moon Pavilion, and it has like the con floor, the main stage, the artist alley, the dealer's room, the bracket bay for the tournament, stuff like that, guest panel stages, all that stuff. And every day there was like promo images put on Twitter for like counting down as if it was the release of a video game, but it was like the release for the
Oh.
thing. Anybody that was in the server would get a roll that had a ticket next to it, as if you got tickets for admission to get into the convention. And like I said, there was like guest panels like there would be at conventions, which was pretty much collabs, but they were called guest panels. We had sub events like the Pixel Panic tournament, which was the main sub event, which was the 3-day almost 80-person cart tournament. That one was huge. That's the perils of planning an event, is having an event like that. But like all the other sub events, like Chow Custody Battle, the Chow Garden Madness sub event,
Oh God.
the other cart community events, the impromptu Sonic Riders thing, like it was all these little things here and there. We even had merch. We had an official logo. We had screens that were made that boot up just like starting up an actual game console. Yeah, so every
Ooh,
month
I
was a
love a
different
good
one.
stinger.
Yes, so like the first month was based on Sonic Adventure. So when the stream started, it would boot up like the Dreamcast, and it would start up just like the game would start up. Um,
Winning.
but of course, like it was a personalized you know, uh, title screen and stuff like that. We did the same thing for the SA2 one that came after, and that booted up like a GameCube screen. And then the last one we did, which was the most popular, was the Shadow the Hedgehog startup screen that started up like the PS2 game. So that one's probably returning this year. But like it was stuff like that. Like while planning the event, more and more things were like, we could do costumes and we could do this and we could do that and we could have like the throwing system only throw Sonic items and we could replace all the sound effects we had to be Sonic sound effects. So like for my notifications, I had Koki frogs that make the koki noises when you donate bits.
Yeah.
My manager found out that if you get the bubble sound when you get a bubble underwater in Sonic, the doo doo sound, if you stretch it, it sounds like the cookie sound. So instead of the cookie frogs, you got that sound instead.
Wah, wah.
Stuff like that. That's the fun stuff. Is like going nuts and being super creative with events like this and going ham and being like, that could work, that could work, that could work, and it does. Best feeling ever. So that's pretty much
I am
what
all
SOS
about going
is.
ham.
Yeah. So that's like SOS is like a big thing for my server. It's probably the biggest event I throw for the server among all the other ones that I do. And it takes up the longest time. It usually runs for like 2 to 3 months. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it's a long one. So yeah, that's
Okay.
the general gist of what SOS is. It's a celebration of
Did
Sonic and Sega.
did the original Summer of Sonic, did they get mad about the name, or did they just not
In
care,
general,
or?
I honestly, when I threw it as a joke, I assumed because I was like small, and I still kind of am, that nobody would really say anything because it was just a joke at the time. But then it became real last year, and so like there were times where I was like, I should probably reach out to the Summer of Sonic people and like let them know, hey, I'm not taking your thunder or anything. I'm just think of me as the US division while you're the UK division, if anything. But I've yet to receive anything, and their Twitter have
Huh.
been really inactive for the past 3 years, and I don't even know if they run it anymore. It's been kind of radio silent. I've been meaning to like reach out, and I probably will before this SOS starts in mid-June, just to like say that I've alerted them and let them know like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not here to take your thing. I'm really not. I am honestly here to spread it to the opposite side of the world. That's
Yeah.
that's all I'm
Kind of
doing.
keep the name and the passion going,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, and it's such a passion project for me because without the Sonic franchise, I would really not be in the entertainment industry in general. So it's like my way of kind of just saying thank you to the franchise and the stuff that they've done, in a way, but also like poking fun at all the stuff that comes out from there and everything like that. It's great. It's great fun.
Okay. Now, do you have any like horror stories, like anything where just everything went completely wrong?
Yes, last year's Pixel Panic tournament for SOS. As I told you, it was almost 80 plus competitors that signed up for that tournament. And SRB2 Kart is a 15-person racing game, and it's a lot of fun. It's very chaotic, and so running like a regular racing tournament would actually be very easy. Problem: I am not running an ordinary racing tournament. I am running a uh, homebrewed event called Pixel Panic. And what that is, it's an event that also started as a joke because I'm full of jokes, it seems, where it's literally a survival gauntlet. Think of Squid Games, but you're racing. So that's
Yay.
pretty much what it is. Squid Games, but racing. There's different tracks that have specific challenges for those tracks. And most of the time, it's like a death race. You're getting slammed by spike balls, or there's, pits that trap you, or there's nothing but bombs for items and stuff like that. It's literal chaos. But it's a lot of fun, and it's really just getting to the end in a higher placement than everybody else while surviving for like 3 or 8 laps, or God forbid it be the 15 lap baby park bomb rush that was very popular. So, it has different rules, different stipulations, and different ways of like, gaining points. So getting competitors is a lot different. Well, we open up the applications for everybody to sign up, and this is like weeks in advance. Well, we start getting towards the end where we're about to close signups. We then realize, oh dear, we forgot to cap it. So now we have close to 70 plus people who have signed up, and we keep getting signups, and we keep getting people asking to join even when the signups are closed. So
Uh-oh.
we're getting overrun. And I'm like, we only have two co-hosts, which are also co-commentators, the one person running it, which is me, and we have only 3 mods at the time that could possibly manage all of this right now. That is going to be so many people in a VC racing at the same time in different brackets, which meant that the only way we could manage it is to make the tournament 3 days in a row. So from Friday to Sunday, we had over 4 hours of racing each day with over 20 people racing at a time.
Oh my
It
god.
was insanity. And because it is a survival gauntlet, people are very heated while playing this game mode. It is a survival game mode. People are going to get angry. People are going to get aggressive. People are going to get tired. And we have break races in between, which is what makes the contest longer. And yeah, lots of tensions were rising high. Everybody's having fun, don't get me wrong, but everybody also wants to kill the other person. So, like, they're also getting mad at me because they're like, really? This challenge? And I'm like, what do you want me to do? This is the challenge that you guys voted on. That's not my fault. I had so much, and a lot of people dropped out, and then we had signups that came in and popped in to take over for the people that dropped out. It was a mess. It was a mess. Was it the most fun tournament I've ever run? Yes. Was it also the worst? Yes. It was hell. At the end of it, I was like, never again. I learned to run the tournament things a lot better. So the tournament I'm running around this time for this year, which is Sonic Riders, is capped at 20 people. We didn't take any more sign-ins after. We only had the sign-ups run for 2 weeks. And
Yeah.
now we even given like 2.5 months before, because the tournament happens in July, but we already have
Right.
people doing practice workshops with our own coaches before the tournament. So everybody will be up to speed when they can and when they have time, and nobody will feel like they weren't prepared and stuff like that. But it also gives everybody a good enough time to, like, if they need to drop out, we can get somebody else to step in. I did so many precautions. I learned the PTSD is
Hey, I
real.
mean, something goes wrong once. Your first thing, like the weeks afterwards, is like formulate backup and like contingency plans.
Yes, never again.
You've got like five folders you like present on your table. It's like, all right, DEFCON 1, 2, 3.
Yes. My staff was all hands on deck. They're like, all right, so how many people? And I'm like, no, well, we're capping this year, very much so. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. But thankfully that has been going very well, much better than last
Yeah.
year. Oh god, how did I even survive last year?
Probably a lot of coffee, soda, and pizza.
Yeah, a lot of coffee. I'll definitely say that. A lot of early mornings. It really did feel like a convention to be up at 6 a.m. working on stuff for this.
Always so much fun.
Oh yeah.
What are some live events that you've been to?
Live events? I went to an actual Pokemon tournament in New York.
Oh.
When
Oh, New York has the best Pokemon
they
tournaments. I'm always so
do.
jealous.
It was at Nintendo World, which was pretty much my backyard, and
That's okay. That's kind of why they have those there. That's right.
I used to be in the Pokemon Center way back when. Then they changed it to Nintendo World because they have all these other series and stuff like that, and they have brawl tournaments there that are huge.
I was gonna say is why make another place for Nintendo World. They're not running out of Pokemon to sell.
It's true. I felt like they should have kept the Pokemon Center. It would still be just as popular as it was back then, to be honest. But yeah, they sometimes have these events, especially during like Pokemon anniversaries and other stuff like that. But they had this huge event where they had people actually cosplayed as the Pokemon gym leaders from various different series. And you went in, I think this was during when X and Y was around. So you went in with your
Oh, that was when I was
team.
playing the card game.
Yeah,
Yo.
you went in with your 3DS with the game and your team, and you would go in and you would actually fight against the gym leaders to collect badges. If you won
Oh
all the
wait,
badges,
like the video game tournament.
yeah,
Okay, I
yeah,
thought you meant
yeah.
like the card game. Oh, the
No, no,
video
no. The
game.
card game
Whoa.
tournaments, those were fun. But this one was like, this was probably the most elaborate that I had seen them do for like the
No
game.
word.
But yeah, they had people, professional cosplayers, dressed up as there was people dressed up as various different gym leaders, and you would find them all over the store, and there would be a line, of course. But if you
Of
won
course.
against them, you would get a badge. And it wouldn't just be like a sticker or something. Like you got the actual enamel pin badge. I have my cork board next to
Yo.
me, and I have all the badges that I did win during that tournament. And it was a lot of fun. A lot of them are like Hoenn and Johto and Kanto badges and stuff like
Oh,
that.
they weren't just like limited to like X and Y trainers. It was like a whole bunch of
All
gym
of them,
leaders.
all
Oh my
of them.
god.
Yeah, I got to fight like, somebody
Yo.
dressed as Misty, and I got to find somebody that was dressed up as like Sabrina and stuff like that. It was really cool. And yeah, you went around and you could fight other people. Like if somebody like was waiting online to fight a boss, they could fight you. Like you ran into a trainer on the route there, so like somebody would come up and like watch your match to make sure there was like no cheating, and then you could like continue on the line. It was really cool. And if you won all the badges and you handed them up at the front counter, you would get a voucher, and that voucher let you get whatever like special Pokemon was being given out at the time. But you also could use the voucher to get a Pokemon plushie in the store. There was of course a limit. Like you couldn't get the really giant ones, but you could get like
Oh no, yeah,
a
yeah.
smaller to medium-sized one, which was fine. A lot of them were really cool.
Yeah, the ones that would sit on your shoulder.
Yeah, or if you got the grand prize, which was that's if you beat the Elite Four, which was the next day's event, which also was just various members of the Elite Four, not just one type. And you got the stickers from them. Then you could get a voucher for like a game in the store, which was really cool. But that was probably a lot of fun, and the most fun I had playing the Pokemon game, like going to a live event like that. It was really, really cool.
Man, that sounds like it would be like the most fun.
Yeah, that one and the Star Fox E3 event that they had at Nintendo World, you could actually play the new Star Fox game that was coming out at the time. You could
Oh, Zero in the R-Wing cockpit, right?
Yes.
Man, that's
out
like
in the
that would have
R-Wing
probably been the optimal way in that, because the Wii U by itself is not
Oh yeah, no, it was
not my
great.
favorite way to play that.
No, but it was really cool to sit in the cockpit. It was really neat.
Yeah, no, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, and if you beat the game a certain way, if you got mission accomplished, you got a Mario anniversary pin. And if you got mission complete, which was the secret way, I guess, of doing it, which I did by accident because I didn't know.
You turn into the burb and go into the thing.
Yeah, I didn't know. I just sort of happened by accident. I fell in because I was on top of the vehicle and I turned into the chicken because I was like, oh, fun, chocobo. And I fell. It was falling apart and I happened to push through and fall in. And they were like, oh, she found the room. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm supposed to do this. I'm over here thinking I'm playing the game as intended. No. So that was cool, and I beat it, and it was neat. And that is what you got the special R-Wing pin for, which I have.
Yo.
And yeah, that was an amazing live event because there was also a Smash tournament going on that day, as well as them unveiling.
Oh my God.
They were unveiling a lot of new games that day too. I think also like they had a new Zelda game on the 3DS they were also going through as well. I can't remember which one it was.
Probably would have been Link Between
It might have been
Worlds,
that
most
one,
likely.
yeah. But they were like showing off all that stuff. It was really cool because I had to get there super early and also go to work right after.
Oh damn!
I was there for like
still,
5 in the morning.
still definitely worth it.
Oh yeah, no,
definitely worth it.
Worth it. One of my prized possessions.
Okay, all those sound so cool. I've only really been to a few cons, like local ones that weren't really anything special. They're more like TV based, and I'm not really like a big TV guy. But I've been to MomoCon twice, and that was always a fun time over in Atlanta.
Yeah. I've heard of MomoCon.
So I've gotten to like go to all the different like you said, like the con rooms and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see the Super Best Friends were there one time. We got to see their panel.
Oh wow, that must have been a while back then.
Yeah, no, it was. I got Matt to sign my Godzilla DVD
Oh, that's so
copy.
cool. Man, I wish I could have seen them when they were all together.
Oh, and I also got I bet the voice actress for Diva too.
Ooh,
I
nice.
got to talk to her. Got to talk to her about Heroes of the Storm because she had just like finished like a recording session for that, so that was a lot of fun.
That's really awesome. I love going to conventions. They're so much fun.
So many crazy things. Like I accidentally like went to an auditorium and Brental Floss was doing like a panel.
Oh,
And I'm like, holy
fun.
shit,
It's fun to walk into those
motherfucking Brental
accidentally.
Floss. Yeah, you're the guy that makes me laugh on the internet. I'm gonna sit down and watch. And then I felt
Nice.
bad because just everyone was asking him the most stupid questions. I'm like, oh, this guy looks like he just wants to just roll off the stage.
Just leave. Just be gone. I get it. I get it.
Then I got to catch up with him at the at his booth where he was selling the CDs, and I was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm sorry." He looked. He's like, "Yeah, no, that wasn't the worst one."
Damn.
I'm like, "Oh my god."
The fact that that wasn't the worst one and there are worse ones, that's unfortunate.
I imagine that position, like you see all the types, all the types.
Yeah. What can you do?
Oh yeah, but no, those things are so much fun. But yeah, you gotta imagine just how many like people it takes to like run it, volunteers, managers, and it was always like it was tons of people, just tons of people in cosplays. It was so much fun though. I love those kind of things. Like, I would love to go to like Magfest or Rooster Teeth.
RTX,
What's
yeah.
the RTX? Yeah,
Yeah.
or PAX. Like just so many like cool events like that.
Hacks would
Just
be
to go
really
there,
cool, honestly. I've been meaning
just
to
like
do that.
lounge about, go with the flow, just feel the nerdism, just kind of like waft over you.
I'm going to a convention next weekend, actually.
Ooh, what's the theme?
It's Colossal Con, so it's pretty much think of beach
Ah.
episode. The convention is pretty much what that is.
I love beach episodes
Yeah, so
for totally wholesome
it's an
reasons.
entire anime convention at a water park. So it's
Holy
really
shit,
cool.
yo!
Really, really cool. It's become one of my favorite conventions that I go to.
As long as it's not like the South Park water park episode.
No, thankfully safer. Safer and better. And they have raves at the water park, which is great on Saturdays.
Oh,
Nice.
I,
Cool.
I would be a casualty at one of those.
Oh no, why?
I'm not good at like swimming in like deep water, and I even if I was on the driest, highest part, I would somehow like by the end of it end up in the water. I'm like, how did this happen?
You slip in, you're like, no, the pull of the water calls to me. I almost went under too last year because I went to the wave pool and I am very small, so the wave pool.
Oh
through
no,
hands.
yeah. First time I went one of those, I was not prepared.
It's not great. Like it's fun in concept, but it's not great when you're like in it and you realize, oh no, I can drown.
Oh man, one time when I was in college, I was at a like a business event, where you have to go and learn business stuff. Like you have to wear suits, you have to attend all these business meetings about business stuff. It was really lame, but we had to stay at this hotel, and there was this hot tub, right? And the hot tub was really cool because I was there with like some of my like female coworkers. We were just kind of like chilling, like talking about all the stupid shit that we just like almost slept through. Then like these three like old guys just kind of like put themselves in and start creeping on the girls instantly. I'm like, yo, this really does happen in real life. Holy crap. All right, we're done here.
You're like, wow, that's interesting. Gonna go now.
Like, damn, I did not know the stereotype was that instant. Like,
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I should know. I wouldn't be. Women have it so rough. Just stop, people. Just stop. See, the dog gets it.
Hi, dog.
Oh man. Let's see. Events. Yeah, man. There was a big break of events where like people couldn't like do anything physical. I do enjoy like the kind of adaptation though to the online like event method going forward. Like when Games Done Quick kind of switched to like an online for a bit. That was really cool because a lot more people that couldn't like actually like make the trip got to do the thing. I think that opened up to a lot more people.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. There's a lot more VR chat conventions going on now too.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. VR chat
Yeah.
kind of scares me, but that would actually be like a pretty cool like method for that.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of conventions that has been hosted in VR chat. One was the first ever VR chat convention I went to was HorrorCon.
Horror.
Yeah, HorrorCon, and it was really, really cool. They had a whole entire convention space made in VR chat, and I had a booth there actually. Because at the time I was working for a studio that was working on a horror series, and we got to like be at the booth and talk with people. It really felt like actually being at a convention, but in VR chat, and it was so much more accessible because a lot more people could attend, and you didn't have to really pay for tickets because you could do it headset or desktop, and VR chat is free. But you could make up for that stuff with the merch. So there was like
Yeah.
merch and stuff that you could buy, and you could also go to booths that had QR codes, and you could buy art from the booths, which was really cool.
Oh shit.
It was really, really awesome. And with booths and VR chat, you could go ham. You could have animated stuff on it and have it look extravagant or elaborate as much as you wanted. Have music, stuff like that. They had a ball pit, which was funny, and they had
I can
a main stage.
I can finally unload my Ham Christmas CD and all of my NFTs.
Yes, you have it all on display in all of its glory. But yeah, those are fun. They also have a lot of fur cons in VR chat. They have a lot of art conventions. A lot of game developers and studios and stuff have been doing conventions also in VR chat recently.
I remember hearing about that. Like some people at GDC did like a panel on it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, we don't have to wait once a year to kind of like talk to everyone about how bad things are in some spots and how good things are in other spots.
Yeah.
We can do it anytime we want online.
Can do it anytime. Yeah, and it's so much easier too. They even had a thing. I think a friend of mine went to a convention, and they had this event where people that were in the VR chat version of the convention could get in a room and actually interact via a screen to the people that were at the live version of the convention. It was very cool. It was a very like combining of worlds, and I thought that was so cool.
How does Facebook feel like the metaverse is going to be a thing when VR chat's already doing all this stuff so easily?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not super like into metaverse, and I haven't really seen
but like every time I hear about it and the screenshots I see, it reminds me of like, oh yeah, Second Life was a thing back in the early 2000s.
Yes, it was. And I feel like there's so many programs out there that are kind of like that. Like I got introduced to Tower Unite recently, which literally is just a more in-depth version of Second Life and a desktop version of VR chat. It's interesting because like you got like VR chat and you got Rec Room and stuff like that are already doing these type of things, so I think it's really cool that events like that are expanding into the digital landscape because that allows for so many more people to be able to attend. Without having to break their wallets, and the finances could come in a different way that's both beneficial to the people running the event and to the people attending. So I think that works out.
Yeah. Although I do imagine there is probably like, a spot for digital tickets just as long as there's not, like AI robot scam, buy all the tickets, resale value, Ticketmaster bullshit.
Yeah, I think the way that they collect funds for the event is actually through merch. I'm pretty sure. I think it's through merch and also through like donations and stuff like that, which is really cool because 9 times out of 10, from what I've heard from people that do run like VR chat conventions, a lot of people do donate because a lot of work does go into like, making a space like this. It's not an immediate thing. You gotta. It's a 3D model you had to create that is able to be traversed by people. Like it's a lot of work. So.
Oh yeah, no, models are always expensive.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was just thinking like, we have the whole like Logan Paul versus people, in boxing. We need VR boxing with VTubers.
Oh my god, the fact that hasn't happened yet is actually a huge surprise to me.
We gotta jump in on this. We gotta set up the first VTuber boxing
VTuber
league.
Fight Club, let's go.
Yeah, VTuber Fight Club. The first rule is the Waffle House late night shuffle.
Let's go. Waffle House shuffle. That would be amazing. And just have just deck it out in VR chat.
Yeah.
That'd be really funny, actually.
Oh man, all right. I'm gonna put a pin in that, but I'm gonna follow up with you because that sounds like something we can do.
VTuberCon in general is something I would love to see, actually. Like be done.
So I didn't want to like steal any of your thunder, but I am kind of working on something. I've got a charity stream scheduled for the first weekend of July.
Ooh.
That's going to be called Yo, You Like Charity, and it will be a donation to the American Heart Association.
That's awesome.
But basically it's going to be a rotation volunteer stream basis. I've got people coming in that are going to be just like showing off like an hour or two of one of their favorite games. and we've got rewards in the form of gift cards and some physical media and some game codes. So those will be given out to people that donate. They'll be put in a little like prize pool, and yeah. So I'm kind of learning the event stuff as I'm going along.
That sounds awesome, though. That sounds like it's going to be a heck of a lot of fun.
I'm hoping it goes smoothly. And if it goes on fire, then I'll know for next time.
It's
Because I would
always a
like to make
learning
it a regular
experience,
thing.
even when it goes well. I'll let you know that right now. Even when it goes fantastic, you're like, all right, so what do I not do next year?
Oh man. So what are like some of like your favorite kind of events? Kind of like see, like maybe not like run, but kind of just like see that they happen.
I like game events, but I also like events that like are just a bunch of people getting together and just going nuts and having fun with something for a good cause. I love charity events. Those are fun. Anytime I go to one or I'm part of one is always a huge like party pretty much. It's like all being on a giant couch and playing games together, and the fact that it's all for a good cause is awesome. So I love seeing like charity events the most. But I also like anything that's for like animal welfare. Like I like adoption events too. Those are fun.
Oh, I love adoption events. That's how I got my little cat Milu. Was at an adoption event. Well,
Aww.
actually, it was supposed to be an adoption event, but it got closed because of rain. But I still went there, and I'm like, hey, I still want to adopt a cat. They're like, oh yeah, sure, you can still do that. That's
That's awesome. Yeah, no, my pupper's a rescue too, so I get ya.
rescue animals. They're the
Yes.
best. Somebody save this ham. I like cuddles and nachos.
Gives them all the nachos, all the cuddles, gives them a ham.
Ah. Yeah, you gotta run to like work off all them nachos,
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can eat more.
The cardio necessary for my own actions.
Oh man, but yeah, no. Even just like small like friend
Yeah,
events, like hangouts,
honestly, just
like you said,
hangouts. Hangouts are fun. I love hanging
hangouts
out.
are like super
Just
fun. I would
vibing.
love to like if I ever did like go to a con where like a whole bunch of people I know is like, hey, let's all get together, maybe like go out, grab one drink, and then go into whoever has the least uh the most quietest room around them
Yeah.
and go and just like watch a bad movie and like maybe like just like play some games.
Ooh, my favorite thing to like jump in on at a convention is when people are just playing Cards Against Humanity in the tables
Ah,
area.
that's always so
I will
nuts.
literally be like, "Is there a room? Is there a chair that I can take and I can play, please?" And it's always a riot. It is always fun. Or if somebody
It's
breaks
like
out the melee.
someone breaks it out. Someone's always. I mean, the GameCube is just so portable. It's got a
That's
handle.
true. Brawl, like there's always Smash going on somewhere, either a hotel room or somebody like hijacked the TV in one of the rooms.
When I was in college, like I couldn't go a day without seeing someone have like a melee set up.
True.
Just like somewhere. It'd be either in the commons or it'd be like out in the hallway or it'd be in the cafeteria. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, no, it was everywhere. That was like the game to play. Or a racing game, Mario Kart also. I also couldn't go anywhere without seeing Mario Kart, for sure.
Mario Kart is also fun. I would probably lose money on like gambling on Double Dash.
Oh, Double Dash is not like nice to anybody who tries to bet on the RNG. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but that's what makes it so fun. When you gotta gamble, you gotta go big.
Oh my God.
It's like
Whether you're playing or watching, Double Dash is a riot, no matter what. No matter what, but it is not kind. It is not a kind game.
I always ask people when they're playing. It's like, hey, have you figured out how anything works? They're like, no.
They're like,
No,
"Things
I don't.
work?"
I don't know. I don't know. I pick characters. I don't know if one's faster or one turns better than the other. I don't know.
I don't know what
I
I'm
just played the
doing.
game, and I hope it
Double
works.
Dash is I don't know what I'm doing the game, pretty much. I'm driving, I go zoom, that's all I know.
Go zoom.
I go zoom, that's it. That's all I know. If somebody hits me, I just no longer go zoom for 5 seconds.
The one guy at Nintendo that did the programming has been disappeared for years. The ninjas got him. You can't unleash the
He
secrets.
knew the sins that he committed when he created the thing. He knew what he unleashed upon the world.
So some people wake up and they just choose chaos.
It was violence, yeah. That guy woke up and said, you know what? Mario Kart, but teams, and nobody has any clue what's happening.
It's perfect. It's
Cut,
perfect.
print, send it out, put it in the store shelf.
Say that,
Target exclusive.
They get a Nintendo Select? I don't even know.
Yeah. Do they know that you released this? Probably not.
But they'll never forget
They'll
it.
never forget it and they'll never be able to take it away. People have it already. It's in their hands now.
Oh man, what are some events that you'd like to like maybe like do or participate in the future?
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to do an ARG event again. I only did it once, and it was for Halloween. It was to just try it, you know? I like to
Like Halloween, the Halloween or
the
Halloween
holiday.
the series? Okay, okay.
Oh man,
I was gonna
if
say
I
like
could
we
do a
talked about
Halloween
Michael
the
Myers.
series event, man, how would I even do that? I'd have to have people
I
randomly
I don't
disappear
know.
as victims or something.
Got to go really next level. Some Da Vinci stuff going here. It's like, all right, I need y'all to reprint money, but put Michael Myers' face somewhere in the pyramid.
Start streaming Dead by Daylight. Only play as Michael Myers. Just send out various short 5-second videos of him just standing in random locations.
If you listen to the slashes, it's Morse code for you.
Yes, you gotta take this code. And did you see the color that was on that locker? Take that color. And yeah, it was like that. Like last year, I threw a little ARG event for Halloween just for funsies, and people could collect candy pieces in the server if they solved codes that I left around the server. This could be anything from like
Oh.
the bot in the server's name suddenly being changed to something in Morse code, or
Ah.
the server's like banner being different, or during a stream like there was a code in the corner, like random stuff like that. And through that you would find like different logs that like had also other codes, but also like lore and other stuff like that that was going on. Pretty much the ARG I threw was the server that I had. I was going to be rebranding, so what I had it run as is that the server was collapsing
Oh.
in on itself. Like it was,
Oh
yeah,
no!
it was a rift that was slowly
the,
dying.
the the glitch kitten has been
Yeah,
glitching. The
pretty
glitch
much.
is unstoppable.
Yes. So the rift was unstable, and the more candy pieces that you collected, it could all be combined to create another rift that everybody could migrate to. So pretty much at the end, depending on how many candy pieces, would put the state of the server on whether or not it was going to reset, or if everybody was going to survive. Pretty much. Well, obviously everybody
Oh.
survived, but what was really cool is that everybody gathered the candy pieces. I created this kind of raid boss, which was like this final code with a monster and a timer. You had this much time to solve this huge code, and that's what would cause the new rift to open. And then after it was solved and all the candy pieces were collected and all that stuff, I had the server down for a day. And then the next day when it opened up, it had a brand new name. All the channels were different. Everybody was back. And that was the new rift. And that was the end of the ARG. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of scuff because it took me a while to come up with puzzles and stuff that were not too difficult for people. But I'd love to do that again. That was a lot of fun.
I was gonna say, how are companies not like hiring you for this shit? Because that sounds like such a good, like positive, like a brand like revival, like right there.
You heard
Like
them,
holy
you heard
crap!
them, companies, come get me. I'll help you, I think.
Like seriously, like you can even do something like that with like something like brawny, like just like tissue, like like tissue paper.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, no, he just went missing in the woods. Find the AR codes to
Yeah,
find the
just
brawny
find
man.
him. Where's he gone? And it turns into like a murder mystery.
Yeah.
Controversy of like he found out there was a big logging company that was taking over, and he went out himself.
Oh,
and took it
man.
down like Rambo style.
Have like little like Bigfoot kind of like shaky cam, just
Yes.
like clips.
Yeah. Like it's a mini doc of like video logs left behind for somebody else to find. Yes, that would be so much fun. Oh man, ideas they're coming. They're coming. The ideas are coming.
Seriously, Brawny, give us a call. Give us a call. We'll
I should just
we'll
relegate-
help you rebrand.
Yeah. Just like, sir, please hear me out. Like, imagine, consider. I should just relegate myself and like put on my Twitter like, hey, hire me for event planning for your server. I'll have a ton of fun doing it. It'll be great.
Here's my business email.
Yep.
Here are my
Hire
rates.
me for, I'm a digital event planner. That I could do that. That's actually a good idea. Look at
Yo.
that. Digital event planner. That would be cool.
Oh man. Well, we are about that time. Questions from the audience. I know y'all have questions like biting at the nip, so please go ahead and ask me, or Glitch anything, whether about events or whether just about life in general, we are happy to disclose anything except any more business ideas. Like the rest are for us.
Yeah, no, we're keeping those. We already gave you stuff to work with. What you do
we
now,
gave you the
then.
clues.
Yeah, pretty much we have to like close the briefcase and be like, you can't look anymore. No more. Oh my
On
god.
TV, one of my favorite kind of like little random events was when they were doing like a Scooby Doo marathon and they had like Blair Witch crossover
Ooh.
clips.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was so cool. I wish they'd do more of stuff like that with cartoons.
What is the link to the event, Glitch? I will share it on the Twitter. I don't know if I have links up on here. Do you have the link? Can you send it to me on Discord?
Yeah, I can send you my Twitter.
Okay. It'll be on her Twitter as well. So.
Yes. It's pretty much via the Discord. So if you want to join the event, it starts in the Discord, but it's going to be everywhere on my Twitch. It's going to be through YouTube. It's also going to be on Twitter. Like this is a huge convention event that everything's happening everywhere. So no matter where
Okay,
you
cool. I was
follow,
able to
you
put
won't
that.
miss it. But yeah, if you want to be part of the event, it starts June 12th. Officially is when opening ceremonies happen. So you still got time for sure. Feel free to join the Discord. We'd love to have you. There's always events happening in there because I reside there, so that's what I do.
If I'm not busy, the sleep paralysis demons catch up to me.
Listen, I wish they'd catch up to me. I want to sleep. They're slacking, if anything, Zara.
They're like, she's too busy. We can't. It's like, no.
Yep.
Feel free. Y'all can hop in and help.
Yeah. No. Come with me. Come cuddle. Make me sleep.
You
please.
guys are cool. Hop in.
Yeah, they're just poking their heads and they're like, "Are you busy right now?" If you're like, "No, please, please take me out. I'm so done."
Oh man. Now I'm thinking about AR stuff. I remember when it was like at Five Nights at Freddy's, there was like an AR thing that would like lead someone to this random mailbox at this like abandoned building in like Utah or something like that.
Ooh.
And the game theory guy had to actually like go on and tell people, don't call the number or the business or don't travel to the mailbox. This is not a legitimate thing. This is
yeah, like don't do that. That happened with us once. So the studio that I worked with that did the horror series, it was also an ARG. So there was lots of code stuff and things for you to find on your own. Well, we did this radio station broadcast on Christmas. It ran for 24 hours, and what it was literally a stream of just static, but there was various messages that would come throughout the day, either as an animated video, as noise, as a radio broadcast. So people were actually, I was very surprised by this, but I love the community for this. They were actually taking shifts. People were in the Discord like solving the codes, and then they would like look at the time and be like, it's about to be 3 a.m. for me, and then whoever was like just waking up at that time was like, okay, I'll take the shift, and they'll like go into the stream. It was wild because I was up for the entire stream because of course I was like, helping run it, so I'm sending out the broadcasts on a timer, so I had to be awake. And it was just a lot of fun. Well, one of them happened to be a broadcast that was very similar to another broadcast that happened to be in Virginia that some of the stuff was based off of. Somebody literally traveled out to an old radio station in Virginia, probably trespassing, and they were trying to like get a good picture of the radio tower because they think that they could possibly get a signal from it that would be similar to the broadcast that we sent out. Oh my god.
Man.
Genuinely had to send out an email like, please don't do this.
I mean, kudos to y'all thinking that we have the gumption and effort to do something that complicated. But please don't forget, we're all human. We're kind of lazy whenever it comes to physical destinations of implementing radio signals in abandoned radio towers.
I was so scared. I was like, please do not climb the radio tower. Please do not trespass on private property. I don't know where you are, and
you never know if there's going to be a grudge there.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you have no idea. Like, we could have been a cult. Who knows? Like, you can't just trust everything on the internet. But it's like
Kayako will get you no matter how quickly you leave.
It's true. So like we had to send out an email that said, hey, there's nothing that's hiding out in any of these coordinates. These were just locations for you to look up on Google to help you with the code, not for you to travel to. But yeah, after a while, needless to say, we stopped doing coordinate codes for a while.
Oh, Google Earth, you had your time.
Yep, sorry. Just, it was so much fun until somebody actually traveled to it, and we were like, no, don't do that. That's scary. That's dangerous. Don't do that.
It's almost kind of a shame that there can't be just like big old like treasure hunts like that nowadays, just because of how dangerous it is to exist outside in places you're not used to.
Yeah, I went on one once with a friend of mine who was actually solving an ARG thing, and it happened to be where I lived that some of the leads led to at the time. And so I went with them, and when I tell you, we were like going through graveyards, and we would find packages buried under trees that had more codes that were being left behind by the people that were running the game. It was wild. I up until recently had two very old records, like for a record player. They were like metal records that played just fine. They were covered in so much dirt, but they were buried in like this can under a tree with like notes and stuff, and I got to keep the records while my friend like took the notes, because that's obviously what they were more interested in, was the codes. And
but you have to play the record backwards if you want to hear the code.
Well, it turns out the songs were part of the codes too. Like we had to kind of decide. It was very cool. Like I loved it. Genuinely was like the coolest like records that I owned. And yeah, no, they were so cool. They were so cool. Like that was really cool. Eventually they took a picture of our vehicle as a way to signify that that they got us and that the game was over, and it was wild, but it was really cool.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was scary, but also it was really cool. It's probably one of the most fun like treasure hunt experiences I had done, next to like Key to the City, which was an event a long time back in New York, where like they gave you a key and you could unlock any like, there was these doors that you had to find via a booklet all throughout the city, and when you unlocked it, there would be like a chest there where other people have found it, and there would be treasures inside, and you could take one piece and also leave something in there for somebody else to get. It was very cool.
Oh,
very cool.
That sounds neat.
Yeah.
I'd be worried you open the door and it's like Kingdom Hearts or Narnia back there, and it's like, crap.
You're like, not again.
They got me out. They keep pulling me back in.
I'm tired of finding voids. Why can't I just find regular rooms?
The door to darkness. This is just the City Hall Municipal. Yeah. No. It's there. It's there.
I know where I know where I've seen.
Glitch, let everyone know what you got going on. You have the Summer of Sonic starting up mid-June. What else you got going? Streams, plans?
This month it was mostly relegated for festival prep. So this month I'm mostly just doing collabs with other people. So I'm not streaming so much myself this month. But yeah, it's gonna start getting busy for me in June once opening ceremony starts on the 12th. So as much as events going on, definitely it's just gonna be Summer of Sonic for me. The Sonic Riders first ever tournament for us. That's gonna happen in July. There's gonna be a kart tournament, a kart event that's going to happen, custody battle, all of these sub events. There's probably going to be an art contest we're going to have, just lots of stuff, a movie night coming up soon, little things like that. I'm excited. I'm mostly just looking forward to the summer, because once everything starts, I probably will feel a lot less stressed out because it's happening and it's not the anticipation. That's another thing. In planning events, there's the excitement, the anticipation, and then there's the stress. And it's like, it's weird because it's not like sad stress, it's happy stress. It's more of the excitement, but it's prolonged. So when it finally happens, you're just so tired afterwards. It's like your soul left you for like 10 minutes.
And it's that weird in between. It's like, everything worked out and it's done. I feel good. And then it's like, well, time to get ready to start planning the next thing.
Pretty much. You just like passes out and you're like, finally, I'm free.
You plug your body back into the wall to recharge. Get ready for the next session.
Yes. I think the only stream that I do have coming up is a Sega bass fishing stream because for some odd reason, me and my community are very obsessed with fishing and Sega bass fishing. It's just so calming, so I might be doing that soon. So that's about it.
Hey.
Honestly, it's the big thing is definitely just SOS. That's what I'm gearing towards.
Oh, there we go. Everyone look forward to that. I will also be retweeting it and pushing it as well as, as I see information.
Thank you.
So look forward to that. Tomorrow we have Yo You Like That with Foxbox Union. We'll be talking about musicals. That'll be at... I remember the time, I promise I do. I'm not looking at my schedule right now. That'll be at 8 p.m. CDT.
Nice.
Or 9 p.m. EDT if you're at Eastern Time. Also tomorrow, that won't be an afternoon stream, but I will be guesting on Aki Faye's No Fox Given talk show, where we'll be talking about life and VTubing stuff and probably nonsense. So yeah, just a lot of talking going on this week.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, there won't be Yo You Like That next week, but we do have pretty much every week in June packed with a whole bunch of people. A lot of people have already signed on. I think it was you or someone. I put out like a notice like, hey, I need one more person for May, and then like 9 people were like me. I'm like, oh shit.
Like, now you all have to be in June.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, I can only have the first one. All right, the rest of y'all, putting y'all there.
I mean, you're getting engagement though. Lots of people want to be up here. They want to talk to the adorable Ham.
And I want to talk to them.
Yeah.
This project is so much fun, and that's why I want to like put branch it off into the charity. So maybe make that like a regular like event every few months. Should be fun.
Yeah.
I like positive things.
Yeah, absolutely. You should be proud. This is really cool.
Yay!
Next one, I will definitely push even more and be like, look at the cute Ham doing the talk show. Go see them. Go see them now.
He has a little desk.
He does. He has a little desk with a little couch.
All I need is a little bow tie and I'll be set. I should ask my papa to work on that.
That would be
my
so
my model
cute.
papa.
Oh my god, yeah, the talk show host costume. That would be adorable.
Oh, this is something for season 2, I guess.
Yeah, your hair would be all slicked back too, like a talk show host.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Insanity. That would be so cute, though.
Oh man. Well, thank you so much, Glitch, for coming on, and thank you everyone for coming by to watch. We're gonna do a stealth raid to someone while the endings screen is playing, but I want to thank all of y'all for coming by, and make sure to give Glitch a follow. And I hope all y'all have a lovely rest of the day. Bye, Q.
Bye bye.